See those lines on his mouth? Does that look like just an oxygen mask? And then where's the blue thing now for some reason? And this line is the I believe the dividing line for his transforming face, even though it's the same line that the mask is on. You see, the little blue thing that's part of the respirator is almost non-existent because the shape-shifting of the reptilian is obscuring it. And so what you're seeing is the tiles around its mouth. That's what you're seeing. I mean, see, there's no explanation for those bumps right there other than reptilian shape-shifting. That's the mouth of the reptile. Come on, you're going to tell me that those lumps there are caused by an oxygen mask? See? It's not an oxygen mask altogether. What's happening, so that you're not confused, is that there is a respirator there, but apparently the shape-shifting is overwhelming it. And then you see the obvious. Now, if you compare this footage to the post-edited footage, you can see they edited out all those bumps, and it looks a lot cleaner, and you can see the strap. Okay, so here's a comparison of the American Theater and the work print, and I don't have it 100% lined up perfectly, but pretty close. But the distance from the camera to the TV is the same, and you'll notice that of course, it's a lot cleaner. They cleaned up in the post-production quite a bit, but you'll notice the little blue thing there is quite a bit more visible. And on the work print, you'll notice not only do you not see the blue as much, but it's almost like it seems to disappear somewhat. But you can really see those tiles on the mouth there. You see that on the work print? And what you'll also notice too is that even in the cleaned up American Theater version, the mask that's supposed to be over his mouth doesn't make sense, because it looks like it's cut off partially. But again, the smoking gun is the tiles that you start to see here, and you see this is the same frame. And you don't see that in the American Theater version, the one they cleaned up post-production. And you'll notice also the little blue thing is almost non-existent in the work print. Look at that. See, there's no blue thing. In fact, you hardly even see any blue. And yet you see pretty much everything else that's in the other one. And that's in the work print there, you'll see the tiles that really are the telltale. And I think what's happening in this case, as also the little blue thing seems to be so obscured, is that the shape-shifting is overtaking it so that you don't see that little blue thing as much. But you'll notice, see, in the comparison with the American Theater version, you don't see those bumps, and that's another smoking gun. If this was a motion blur, and this frame-by-frame comparison, you would see those little bumps. But you don't see any little bumps in the American Theater version. If that was just a blur from the reflection, how come you don't see it in the American Theater version? So what happened is there was shape-shifting, it obscured part of the mask, and they cleaned it up in the final shot. Alright, now this is some startling shape-shifting footage here with this dancer chick. And here you'll see what looks like some sort of bone coming out. And it didn't seem to me as though that was an in-between frame. Could possibly be, but there's more going on here, as you'll see in a minute. Also, here's this strange dripping.